Hello and welcome back to the second episode of Rome 2 Total War. So, getting straight into this battle here, basically what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to just charge him, because there's nothing else to really do. He's only got, 2 units as we remember from, last episode, so... I really like how he could fight in the snow. That's really cool. It's a lot more detailed than the white slabs of Rome, of the original Rome. I think the graphics are actually really cool in this game. They look really realistic. They're not very cartoony like in so many games I've seen nowadays, like Fallout New Vegas and there was another one that I couldn't stand the look of because some guy said, that it was cartoony, and I agreed with him, just the look of it was weird looking. Oh, that's right, it's the Old Republic. I really hate that look, it's just so unrealistic looking, it's the way these guys look are much more realistic than something like in the Old Republic. I really like the way they've done it with these guys, I mean, they look a little too realistic almost, but they're pretty good, the way they've designed their faces and stuff like that. I like that a lot. It's definitely not like in the Old Republic where everyone is an anime character or like a plush doll, or like in Fallout New Vegas where everyone is a potato. So anyway, here you've got basically just, these guys shooting at my guys, and I'm going to shoot at them with my guys. He's moving his cavalry up here, and something I didn't realize before, though, is that the AI is actually smart in this game. They actually go after the guys that are weakest. And even though I may be sending up my spearmen up there to support my archers, slinger, javelineers, at first he realizes, oh, I can attack those guys as they're kind of far out, but then he realizes, oh, I can just attack those guys there because they're weak sword infantry. So that's exactly what he does. He goes right for my general and does as much casualties to him as he possibly can. Yep. Goddamn AI, they're so smart. I also had used flaming missiles, but that's actually a bad thing. Especially when you're engaging an enemy like that with all your guys. So I'm going to end up shooting the slingers with my flaming javelins. And for some reason, they're really ineffective. All they're really good at doing is just lowering morale. But as you can see, they're really inaccurate. And they're not even killing a lot of those guys. So yeah, I killed his general. He hasn't even taken one loss from all those guys shooting at them. So eventually I realized, oh, fuck this, I'm just gonna... Yeah, as you can see, some of those guys have actually taken some losses, some hits, like 1 or 2. I've killed one guy there, now I decided to shoot with the regular stuff, and look at that. I killed like 4 guys there, and now, watch this. Watch this. Yeah, that is why I don't use flaming missiles in this game. Just look at that. That was... much more effective. I think you also use less ammunition when you do it that way too. Beautiful. So even though I did take quite a few losses from his stupid slingers and especially his cavalry, I did end up killing this entire army off because I killed his general and most of his troops, so they all disbanded. So once again, we get yet another decisive victory. It's always a decisive victory, never a heroic one, never a close, never anything. So we destroyed the Boii with that move. Alright. So now those assholes are dead, we can finally get back to managing our empire. But not yet, because they're about to attack us in a different way. They're going to rebel, and then we're going to have to fight them off again. So I'm going to end the turn and get eerily Native American music. And there, as you can see, there's an army just sitting right outside that just appeared out of nowhere. That's the Rebel Army. Oh, we love Rebel armies. Everyone who's seen my Empire Total War series will know that I just love Rebel armies to death. Not really. They are irritating as hell, and they're even more irritating in this game because they actually have good units. There's only a few of them, but yes, Rebellion. But they're still pretty damn good anyway. Yes, there they are. They're angry. Can't you see him? He's angry. Look at him. He's real angry right now. He's angry. He just wants to tear apart everybody's limbs from everything, you know, and everything else that's around the area. So here I'm basically trying to decide which guy I'm going to worship. I decided to do Woden as because he gives research rates, stuff like that. I have no idea what the Germanic gods are. I mean, I know that Odin is, you know, well, I know that Odin is based off of Wotan and Woden, but, you know, the problem with that is that, you know, these religions are so different from one another, you know, they may share similar deities, but the problem is you don't know whether these guys are for the same thing or not, so, oh well. So I'm going to get War Dance, because that helps a lot to increase the power of your troops. Gives them a nice little bonus there. Yes, Rebel Army, led by some dude, I don't even know what his name is. So I'm going to try to send my inbred spy to take him out again. Do a little bit of sabotage by digging at his heels, and it didn't work, but at least he recovered all the gold that he used. At least I think he did. There's one or two things that you can do when he has an opportune failure, or actually there's three. One is that he can recoup the cost of the attempt, or two, he can learn more than what he normally would, so he gets more experience from it. Or three, he can actually try to do it again. That's the best one. Unfortunately, it was just one of the others that just either recouped his gold cost or the other thing. So I did autosave. I thought I did. In the game, I was thinking I had an autosave for that battle, but whatever. So as you can see, by looking at those chevrons on the Rebel Army, they have much better troops than I do. And they have much better troops in general anyway. Like, they've got heavy cavalry, heavy infantry, sword infantry, not spear infantry, and slingers. And all those guys have chevrons. That means experience. So for some reason I decided to go from the waiting thing, and luckily I got another draw event. It would have been cool to see this in a lighter light, but oh well, this is a little bit more dark and foreboding. This is probably one of the bloodier battles I'm going to fight here, actually. It wasn't that bad because I did just overwhelm with my sheer numbers and my strategic baits and switches and stuff like that, but the problem is that you know, he's got such good infantry. I just cannot beat him at all. I just had to try to bait him as much as possible and then use my guys to flank around them. As the only decent unit I've got is the Sword Masters, and they can't fight every unit that he has, so they just sort of have to engage wherever they are, you know, and just sort of hope that they meet with the right guys. Especially since he can come out of nowhere, you know, since he deployed in the forest, and I can already see some of his guys there, but, you know, like any good AI, he always baits you into the forest. He doesn't hide in the forest and then waits for you to come into the forest. He always baits you so that you know where he is, and then he sends out, you know, like one unit, you know, and then has like 1,000,000 spearmen just sitting there waiting to stab your horses to death. Luckily, he doesn't have any spearmen, so it actually would be a good thing for me to charge in there. And he's got another Celtic warrior troop right there, so I'm going to charge that one. He's got his cavalry ready to just completely eliminate my guys. Luckily, my guys actually throw stuff before they actually engage, too. So as you can see, they're sort of wrapping around the sides. I like that. That's great. I mean, that was textbook maneuver right there. They're all around them. They can engage them as much as possible. Perfect. Perfect use of tactics there. Unfortunately, I don't want to fight 2 units of heavy infantry, though. That would be very problematic, and I probably would lose anyway, even against one of them, because they're just so damn experienced. So while my cavalry are busy killing off the stragglers, I'm going to send my spear guys to kill his cavalry, and then have my club guys fight for their lives against the superior Celtic warriors with clubs against swords. But the sword masters will help me a lot in fighting the cavalry. Not the cavalry, the infantry. Something I just noticed here is that the sword we have almost exactly the same colors as the coat of arms that I picked for my royal family in Crusader Kings 2. How ironic. I realize that's sort of orangish, yellowish, red. Well, it is kind of Germanic, and it's kind of like the German flag, you know, with the red, orange, and black thing, you know.
Our hidden units have been discovered.
So, like any good general, I'm shooting at the weakest spot. And like any good AI general, he is shooting at the weakest spot. He's sending his cavalry to charge my general. And my horsemen are killing off a lot of his troops, but unfortunately his guys are just so damn good. I'm just going to end up losing that unit in the end, probably. So his cavalry are doing a lot of damage to my general. I've already lost like about 30 guys or so. So even though those cavalry may have been really effective in attacking them, they are light horse cavalry, so they're not very good against infantry.
The men are wavering.
Yeah, they're already starting to waver because I sent them away from that troop. So are those guys and those guys as well. Hopefully I can beat back his sides before I come in and attack his flanks. Luckily my sword masters are still getting experience anyway, even though they are losing a lot of troops.
The enemy general is dead.
That pretty much decided right there. If I hadn't killed the general, I may have even lost the battle. Who knows? So I've got 8 men left in that horseman unit. Yep, and that's it. I won the battle right there, but I decided to run them off anyway because they are pretty weak. I figured that if I do as much damage to them as possible, I can get as much experience as I could possibly need for this army and all
Our
this.
hidden units have been discovered.
Yeah, like that really matters when we've already won the battle, sir. So this is actually a pretty short episode, only about 20 minutes. The main reason I had to cut it off is because I was kind of worried that I wouldn't be able to get all of this onto my computer, so I sort of paused it at the first battle just in case it crashed, you know. But this is pretty good. Even though I did lose a lot of guys, I think I pulled it out of the fire.
Our men flee the
Yeah,
field of battle.
yeah. Those mercenary
This is a
horsemen are
shameful
just
display.
totally useless. So, since I can't even see a damn thing because of the damn forest, I'm just going to end the battle because I figure I've done enough casualties to them. So yeah, I lost like about 350 guys, killed about 480. That's funny, a lot of them were friendly fire. I guess I gotta stop my damn javelineers from shooting so much. So his cavalry did a lot of kills. But you can see, you know, when you've got a lot of experienced troops, you can really beat the crap out of anybody. I mean, my light cavalry may have gotten a lot of kills on that one unit, but still, you know, those guys fought him back pretty hard. You know, they would have won that battle if I kept them there. So it's pretty good. Could have been better, but you know. So I think this episode is about to end in a couple of minutes. So I'll just try to talk about whatever I'm gonna do, you know, with everything. So basically, you know, I'm pretty much gonna keep doing this you know, this show, as well as the Crusader King show, as well as the Hearts of Iron show in the near future. Probably not this week, but probably next week and a little bit more. I'm probably gonna record mostly on the weekends because I am starting up college again pretty soon, so gonna have to do that. And here I figured out how to finally do that expert thing where you can select multiple guys. It's you hold shift, you click one guy, and then you click to another group of guys, and that's how you select all those guys at once. It's kind of nice. I've always been trying to figure that out. So here I'm gonna save, and in the matter of a year, I've conquered all of this. See you guys later. I'll be sure to continue later on. Bye.